My last rant was on epic fail. Today's rant is going to be on basic complete and total failure, but pretty bad still. So I tried to use this driving thing called Lyft, Lyft, similar to Uber. And when I installed the app initially, the app came with some emails indicating I got some freebies. So the first thing that's kind of irritating is they give you freebies, but they also give you an expiration date. So you can only use these freebies within a certain amount of time, and if you don't, then you lose them, which to me is completely ridiculous. If you don't want to give me anything for free, don't give me anything for free. But if you're giving it to me for free to get some free rides, then let me take it when it's convenient for me, not when it's convenient for whomever. So that's the first thing that was kind of irritating. Second thing is that when they give you these freebies, they give you the freebies for a certain amount of money, and even though I can understand that they can't allow me to take a ride from here in Seattle to Los Angeles or anything, but it's got to be more reasonable. I mean, I went for a drive from today from one city to another city, which typically is about 5 minute ride but on the freeway. They showed it was like 11 miles, and it was 23 bucks. And they give you as a free ride, they give you 15. So even such a small ride as a 5 minute freeway ride, which was longer because you got to get off the freeway and everything else, traffic. Still, they're really, again, this whole thing with giving you a freebie, they're not really giving you a freebie to speak of. They're just making it look like they're giving you a freebie. So that's it. They shouldn't do this, Lyft. I mean, that's a lousy way to do it. You want to give people a freebie, tell them it's going to be a free ride, maybe for up to like 30 minutes or something like that, and just leave it at that. And then they can use it anytime they wish. Don't put any expiration dates on it, or don't give it away. You don't have to promise people something. If you don't want to give it away, don't give it away. So they're trying to basically have their cake and eat it too, and it doesn't work very well. So today's experience, when I actually tried it before the thing expired in whatever 6 days or something, um, the app looks nice enough. I mean, it's a mapping thing. They use Google Maps, so it looks pretty decent. And so click on the deal that's saying that you want to get a driver, and literally within, I don't know, maybe 5, 10 seconds, some picture of a guy popped up, his car picture, asking me for the destination and asking me to add my own picture. Uh, Beautiful, felt great. So the guy's right there. It says he's about 6 minutes away, so it shows you the time, which is great. And I thought it was great. So as I'm looking at the app, because I never used it before, and I'm getting ready to type in the destination address, all of a sudden, before I even had a chance to click on it, literally within like 5 seconds, the damn thing says that the driver canceled the ride. Okay, so the driver canceled. Maybe something happens. I'm not mad yet. I'm just kind of disappointed, but it's okay. So next thing that happens, I go ahead and select another driver, and that lasts for about 10 seconds or so, and then also he cancels. So now I got these two requests that I put in, and both drivers canceled within seconds. I didn't even have time to select an address. So that also left, some discomfort and um, a lack of interest in using the service. But I tried, I wanted to try it. Next thing that happens is I'm trying to, select another driver, and I'm trying to put in the. It was right before, but now it's wrong. So I click on my address, and the thing, gives me a bunch of choices. You can add a home address. You can select some other things. So I put in my home address, and then click on it. Address. So I keep going back and forth and trying to figure out what am I doing wrong. Of course, I wasn't doing anything wrong. They just would refuse. The app refused to put my home address into the front field where it had it before. And I have a normal address, not like I have some weird address. So that was totally irritating as well. And then finally, after trying it for like 3, 4 different times, I just figured, forget it. I went ahead and got out of the app completely and went to do some other stuff for a few minutes. Came back, cranked up the app, again from scratch. Now it did put my address correctly, so at least I had that going. So it must have been some sort of bug where the thing got screwed up. And then I'm selecting the destination address. Got that in place, got the driver finally, and we're just waiting because I thought, this one would cancel as well. So nothing got canceled, looks okay. it doesn't have anything to go ahead and actually order. It just, as soon as you put in that you want a driver, and you go ahead and put in the source and destination address, that's all you do. You don't do anything else. There is no button that says go or start or wait or anything else. You put these things in, and the driver is coming supposedly. So it showed on the screen that I can add my own picture. I figured, okay, I can add a picture so they know what I look like. So I click on add a photo. It comes up with an interface, usual deal. It shows you a little rectangle. It says, keep your face within the rectangle. Well, when I try to take a photo with my phone, my hands are not long enough to be able to fit my face, which is huge as you can see, into this dinky little box. I don't know which faces can fit. I know I couldn't. I don't have hands that are 3 meters long to be able to have the camera that far apart or one of these selfie sticks or anything. So you can't get your face in there. Then when I did the best I could, and I got 3/4 of it in, and took a snapshot. Next thing you know, they actually put the picture, everything that was in the pretty much in the picture wound up going into the actual photo. So they're not just selecting what's in the box like they asked. They actually selected much more than that. So that was another misleading thing, which is ridiculous. No reason for it to work like that. But that's a minor thing, obviously nitpicking here. So I'm waiting for my guy to show up. It shows he's 4 minutes away. I quickly get dressed and go outside. Then I see it says, he's 3.5 minutes away, still waiting. About 10 minutes pass, and the guy is nowhere near visible. So I look at the app again, and it shows again 4 minutes. So we went from 4 minutes to 3.5 minutes, back to 4 minutes again. And it's already been, like I said, easily over 10 minutes, and nobody's showing up. And I didn't see his car moving or anything. So I started looking through the options, and luckily they have an option called call the driver. So I called the driver. Very nice guy. Picks up the phone. I asked him where he is at. So he's telling me blah blah blah. It says that there's bad traffic and all that. And obviously it's not his fault that there's traffic. It's not his fault it's taking this long. It's the stupid app that's not working right in terms of figuring out, based on traffic and everything else, driving conditions, exactly how many minutes until he gets to me. And to me, if you're going to have an app and it's supposed to tell the important thing as part of the whole process, then either get it right or don't put the amount of time at all. Okay? I don't need to necessarily know. Just give me some kind of button that easily says that the driver will be there within X amount of time, and give me another option to say call the driver right from there in case he doesn't show up on time. Something in terms of how this process works should be able to figure out how to do it better than what they're doing. Instead, they're doing this thing where they're showing you this time that means absolutely nothing, and you just get pissed off like I did, standing on the street like an idiot, waiting for this car to arrive. Finally called the guy. He told me how far away he was there. He finally shows up after about another 5-6 minutes. Nice enough guy, no problem with the guy. I get in the car, we start driving, do our deal, go. There was a little bit of traffic here and there, so we kind of chatted here and there, and decent car, no problems there. He took me where I needed to go, and that was basically the end of it. I get out, and that's it. So the bottom line is that the experience of ordering completely sucked because of these different cancellations and stuff. I have no idea why these first two drivers canceled. No idea at all. Within seconds, literally. So they actually selected, and then they went ahead and canceled for whatever reason. Second thing was this whole concept with how much time it takes for the driver to get here is ridiculous because it doesn't work worth a damn. And overall, like I said, considering the price and everything else, price wasn't horrible. I'm sure taxi would have been probably even more money. So it's not that the price was so bad. But this deal with giving these freebies with the cancellation dates and the limits and stuff, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that's not how you get customers, retain customers. So to me, the whole Lyft thing wasn't very uplifting. And if you want to try it, obviously up to you, but that's the experience I've had. And if Lyft wants to discuss it, how to improve their navigation and everything in terms of how things should work, I'll be more than happy to talk to them. It's amazing to me how many of these people, how many of these companies, I should say, come up with these apps, and they do not sit down and actually look at how physically things work with people. It's not any kind of rocket science here. Okay, it's not anything that complicated. And Google is actually doing a pretty good job and showing you based on traffic and everything how long it'll take you to get somewhere. So if they're using Google Maps, why in the hell aren't you using Lyft? The same deal to figure out how much time it's going to take for the driver to get there based on traffic. I mean, it's ridiculous the way it's working right now. It's not working right now. You're trying to show it that it's working, it's not working. Anyway, enough of ranting today. Thank you.